According to the journal, the annual rate of students who are going to enroll in online tutoring services worldwide is expected to double over the next few years. And when I tell people that online tutoring is growing by leaps and bounds, I am seriously not kidding. And last week, Bill Hunty, an online math tutor in the Insider Secrets Club, shared an article from USA Today that stated that the K-12 online tutoring market is going to grow to nearly 121 billion by 2021 from around 64 billion in 2016, according to Technavio. And one of the biggest reasons, the on-demand aspect tackles an immediate need in a way that resonates with our tech-savvy students. Now, in both of these examples, I'm using social proof that online tutoring is on the rise in a big way. Now, last week, I talked about how you can use link building to get found online, which was mistake number 27. And this week, before I shared all about keywords and mistake number 26, not using keywords. Now, both of these videos you can watch again to get a full picture of how to optimize your search engine optimization for SEO. I'm going to put the link in the description for you. And today, I am going to share the true power of the internet and what it can do if you fully utilize social proof. Now, you're going to learn what the different strategies and how to implement them for your online tutoring service to get found, hired, and referred. Hey there, my name's Joanne Kaminski, and the first time that I experienced social proof was with my first online tutoring student who paid me to do tutoring. She found me because I put up a sign advertising my services, and she called me. She was intrigued with the online aspect, but she kind of needed convincing to try it out. And when I told her that I was going to be doing this like worldwide with my tutoring services, she actually kind of wanted to help out and spread the word. After only doing tutoring for 1 week, and this was like back in 2010 when people were really wary of the internet, she referred me to a friend of hers who had twins that were struggling with reading. And guess what? They turned into students as well. Now, I didn't have any clout to spread about like social proof or anything, right? I was just getting started. But this one person believed in me before I even knew that I could get results that I was going to start getting. And I'm still grateful to her today. Her daughter began getting results quickly. And this one parent kept referring me to everyone she talked to. In fact, my husband was in a small group Bible study, and a man in the group was telling my husband how he was thinking of trying like this online tutor by the name of Joanne Kaminski because this other mom had told him about me. And my husband chuckled and he said very proudly, "That's my wife." Now, at this point in my career, I had no online presence or like social proof of my own for that matter. The only thing I had were my signs and this amazing woman sharing my name with others. Now, this is the simplest form of social proof out there. It comes from me really not doing a darn thing other than putting myself out there with my signs. And what people say about you is going to be critical with your tutoring business. Absolutely, 100%. And most people are familiar with, collecting referrals and testimonials, but many people don't use it to their full capability. Now, in the book Influence, Robert Cialdini describes social proof as the tendency to see an action as more appropriate when others are doing it. Cialdini claims social proof is more powerful when we're uncertain what to do. And you can be certain uncertainty is forever prevalent in the mind of your prospects. They'll question what to read, watch, listen, where, eat, try, and buy. Who can they trust? Robert Cialdini also gave a very interesting example of how social proof influences people. So in an experiment, one or more people would look up into the sky, and other bystanders who saw this looked up into the sky as well. And this reaction occurs in many scenarios, and of course, it happens online. We look for social proof before we purchase, subscribe, or follow. Now, I discussed this in mistake number 12, but this is just the tip of the iceberg, you guys. If you didn't see that video, make sure to watch it. There is so much more that you can begin to take advantage of, and that is exactly what we're going to be talking about in this video. So let's start by taking a look at how you can bling out your website for social proof. Let's start with the blog. You can take the reader on a journey of any student that you have worked with in the past. It does not have to be a tutoring student. It can be a student that was in your class. The only thing that is necessary here is that the story is true and you have permission from the parents. To share with the reader the exact ways the student was struggling. What was it like? Any information that you have is going to be really powerful. And then you can talk about how hard the student worked during sessions, how focused they were, and build up their experience. Lastly, you can reveal the results. If the student was from years ago, then you can share how they are even progressing today. So here is an example. So this is a blog post that I wrote on my blog, and I called it Struggling Reader Help. This mom took action and it worked. Now, the important thing is here that this isn't all about me, right? Like, I don't want to be sitting here and bragging, right? I just really want to be focusing on this family that took action, because it doesn't put me in a light as being like a braggart or anything like that, but like, here are the actual results. So here we go. Ruby was like any typical first grade student, with backpack on and smiles on her first day of school. She was excited to get on that bus, and her mom was excited for her too. But as the year progressed, her teacher and her mom noticed a change in Ruby. She had frequent meltdowns full of tears and lots of withdrawal as she struggled with feelings bigger than she was. But she was always willing to try. Her mom watched this beautiful and radiant kid withdraw and wither away because of repeated failures to live up to expectations. Her light just disappeared. She couldn't keep up with her peers, and it crushed her confidence. Ruby's mom was understanding and kind to her. But the last straw for Ruby's mom was when she went to the parent-teacher conference at the end of the year. The teacher mentioned that Ruby was in the bottom 25% of the class. See, she suggested summer school and reading with her more at home. At this point, Ruby's mom, Mandy, was frustrated. Why had they waited till the end of the year to tell her that her daughter needed help with reading? Ruby's mom knew how bright her daughter was, but being at the bottom 25% of the class is not exactly a compliment. Her mom wondered, how could all of this be happening? So Ruby's mom started searching on the internet for a solution. She turned to her stay-at-home mom group on Facebook. She vented to them what was going on, and one of the members, who happens to be a parent to a girl in my daughter's class, mentioned me. She knew what I did because I had a big, and I mean big, sign on my car that said reading tutoring. She suggested me, and we did the free assessment to find out what was going on for Ruby. The biggest thing holding Ruby back was her phonics skills. Everything else seemed to be in place, and in just 3 short months of working with me, she went from the bottom quadrant of her class to the top starting 2nd grade. Ruby was able to put on that backpack on the first day of school of 2nd grade with a big grin on her face, fists pumping the air with enthusiasm to have a great year. And guess what? She did. She was at the top of her class reading. Kids didn't make fun of her. They admired her. She got to enjoy the next 2 years worry-free about her reading. But then something happened in 4th grade. Her mom noticed that her Lexile score was not increasing over time. It seemed to stay the same or drop. And while Ruby was getting a B in reading, she realized that a 619 is low for 4th grade. She had dropped from the 75th percentile to the 44th percentile in a year. This concerned her mom, but this time she knew exactly who to call. I was bummed to hear that Ruby was struggling again. I was eager to find out what was happening, and it was just as I had expected. She struggled with the transition between learning to read and reading to learn. See, in 4th grade, kids are reading for a purpose. They read in every subject, but this kind of reading is different than what we do in 1st and 2nd grade. So now phonics was not the problem. In fact, she was at an instructional level with her upper middle school words. This is the level that she could be taught at. Ruby's biggest problem was comprehension. The higher level comprehension questions were killing her. She didn't have any strategies for reading these, and she desperately needed them. In fact, here are her exact results. For her fiction comprehension, Ruby's fiction and nonfiction reading level are exactly the same. She's able to understand 1st grade texts independently, and 2nd and 3rd grade texts are at her instructional level, and 4th grade is too hard. And then here are the results for her nonfiction just 6 months later. Ruby's now independent at a 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade level. She's officially caught up into grade level again. In just 6 months with 1 hour of reading instruction a week, we completely closed the gap for her. And this is how her mom felt. This was 5 years ago. So why would I be featuring this story today? Well, these results are long-lasting. In fact, just a couple of weeks ago, Ruby's mom sent me this message. Guess who was invited to take honors English next year? Your Ruby. You set that girl up for a lifetime of success. I'm proud of Ruby's accomplishments. She reached these milestones because of 3 factors: early and repeated intervention at school. working one-on-one with me in tutoring, Ruby's willingness to always do the hard work. When you put all this together, you have a winning formula for success. I'm also proud that this is just one story of hundreds just like Ruby's. I love what I do on a daily basis, and sometimes I have to pinch myself that this is all real. I've helped hundreds of struggling readers and continue to help more. Get your free assessment today. Click the link at the bottom of the page. And then as you can see, there's the link at the bottom of the page because I have it saved on every single page, that call to action that I'd like them to take. So let's talk about the areas of social proof that we have in this post. At first, I've chosen a real story of one of my students that I really worked with, and this shows that I really do this. The details that I've included and the assessment results would be difficult to write about. It wasn't true. The next area of social proof is that these are real pictures of Ruby. So I'm not using stock photos. I really want to hit home and touch people's heart with this social proof. Now, according to research, a good way to make people believe that your claims are true is by including photographs. And we also know that people really like looking at human faces on the internet. And testimonials are more likely to be believed when they include the photograph of the person that you are quoting, which makes being able to share things like this so powerful. The next area is a real message with Mom's message to me about how she continued to hold on to the skills she learned with me and the everlasting results. You can see that Mom's image on the post here and the picture here are the same. Now, I can't say that I've worked with thousands of kids like big tutoring companies, right? I'm just one person. So I happened to find an app that I used to use called Storybots. And I had pictures of all of the students that I've worked with over the years. And this kind of makes it alive and makes it seem like, oh my gosh, she has really worked with all of these people and she's got expertise and I want to hire her. I mean, the truth is people want to work with people that get what they're going through and that can get results. They connect more with story like I did here than they do with random credentials that don't connect on a human level. And I have made this article, it's not all about me, right? And how amazing I am. But it's really from the viewpoint of the parent taking early action when she realized that there was a problem. And because of that, you guys, Ruby was set up success for her entire educational career. Now, I've never been a fan of blogging. I did it because, you know, people told me Google likes fresh content, and fresh content is social proof that you are still in business. So it helps me rank higher for my keywords. And you can read my past blog posts. I mean, they're just kind of like, you know. Blogging is one of those things that, you know, you get better with in time. But if you keep reading books on how to write effectively online, you begin to get the hang of it. And it's not so bad. A cool thing is, this is something that parents want to share. I mean, who doesn't want to brag about their kids, right? So once this was published with Mom's permission, she began sharing it on her social media. Okay, so here's what she says. She says, Mom brag, Ruby's been invited to take honors English next year. And I'm sharing a blog post about my Ruby written by her reading tutor, Joanne Kaminski, the online reading tutor, about how they work through her struggles. I'm so proud of this kid. If your kid is having reading difficulties, contact Joanne. I can't say enough fabulous things about the work she did with Ruby many moons ago. It's paid off 1,000,000 times over. And then look at this, 19 comments on here, 64 reactions. This was published, it is now 8:12 Sunday in the morning. And she published this, it says 14 hours ago. Do you see this? Okay, this is awesome stuff, you guys. So we've got cool, somebody is like posting pictures. And then we've got other students. Okay, so I worked with her students too. Good job, Ruby. Also highly recommend Joanne Kaminski. Okay, this is awesome stuff, you guys. And she's got other things here. She even has one, it looks like from like a sister. It says, hey, Mandy, I love this story. May I share it? So Mandy's liked the comment. I've liked the comment. And, you know, I can put here, yes, please do. She's obviously very proud of this, and it's cool. And the more people that can share this, the better. And then here, what a cool write-up of her success. Yay, Ruby. Those pics of little Ruby are killing me. So you can see here, like this is all real. Like none of this is like made up just to make me look better or anything like that. It's really focusing on Ruby and her success. And this is the power of social media. Who knows? It could turn into another client. I mean, and if it doesn't, it's just great content for my website at least, right? And I'm going to let you know how it goes if I get any students. So, I mean, the comments that I received on Facebook just blow me away. It's really, really awesome. And there are some other ways that we can add social proof to our website as well. We can add how many social media likes we have on our page. There's an app on Wix that lets you post this information. I'm going to show you what that looks like. So you can see here, I've added my YouTube channel where I have over 2,000 people that are fans. I also have added, now you could add this on the front page, but I'm going to tell you why I didn't. I did not add this on the front page because I didn't like how junky it looked. Like it just felt like it was too busy for my front page. But if you go to the About Me, I then have added this on here. It says the online reading tutor, and then look, it says 624 likes. So it then will also show on up how many of their friends have liked this page. And this is huge social proof. If there are other people that they know who have liked your page, this actually gives you that social proof that people are looking for. And then here it just happens to have like my latest post that I have on there as well that I can add. So I'm going to show you how you can add these two features onto your website if you're using Wix, because it's really, really simple. And I've been so impressed, you guys, with Wix because there's just so much that they keep adding to make their website provider even better, including this social proof stuff. So when I log in, I get here and then I'm going to choose edit my site. All you have to do is go to add on the page that you want. So right now I'm on the home page, and then you click on social. Now, any of these you could add. If you just wanted to add a Facebook like button, you can do that. And then you just drag it into place. Now, it does not have here when you do that. The problem with this button that I found is that it instead is going to go to your profile page instead of your business page. And I tried to look up like, how can I change that? So don't go with that one. I'm just showing it to you so that you know not to make this mistake. But I did add on here, if we go to social and we come on down, I've added my YouTube because it shows the highest number that I've got. So I've chosen to feature that right here. But then if we go to my About Us page or About Me page, I just have About instead of About Me. I can remember we talked about that if we have About Us and I'm a me, there's people think that the business is different than what it really is. This is the one that I chose. I went to here, I went to social, and I clicked on, and you can play with which one's going to work better for you. Do you like this one or do you like this one where it kind of has your updated like information on there? So I did choose the one that has like my latest posts on there. So I just clicked that and I dragged it right on over here so that it's there. So again, it just kind of gives people a little bit more information about me and they can visit my site, but then I've got that social proof there. Now, another area of social proof are badges and awards. So if you receive any, you can place them on your website. And I've given out the Tutorpreneur Hero Award, and tutors have placed this on their website to show their expertise and their credibility in a fun way. Waitlists are another way to show social proof. Now, country clubs, they often require people to join a waitlist in order to obtain memberships. And while waitlists are sometimes needed to prevent too many members from joining, the reality is that they're frequently implemented to make clubs seem more exclusive. And the cool thing is with us that if you are booked solid, you can create a wait list for people who want to get started. So then as soon as there is an opening, you can contact them, right? You never have to worry about not having enough students. And the most important thing about social proof, you guys, is making sure that your customers have a wow experience when they work with you. So how can you use social proof in your tutoring business? I want you to comment below. I'd love to hear it. Hey, and if you could help me with my social proofing, click that little like button and subscribe. I would be ever so grateful. Now, many of you know that I have a goal to reach 4,000 watch time hours. and I am almost there, less than 500 left to go. So I appreciate any help that you guys can give me. Now, next week is the last episode in this series. Mistake number 29 is how some tutors do not wow their customers. So thanks for joining me this week. My name's Joanne Kaminski, the online tutor business coach, helping you get found, hired, and referred. And join me next week to learn how to wow those customers, okay? Bye, everyone.